can you give us a little bit of history on FACAA and what it stands for?
Yeah,
and
cool. All right. So Fighters Against Child Abuse Australia is the acronym. And essentially, we're here for one reason and one reason only, and that's to end child abuse in Australia. I've worked as my day job, I guess you could call it, as a child abuse counsellor, a child trauma counsellor. I've worked with the FACAA teams, the JERT teams. I've worked with the worst of the worst. And the one thing that I keep getting is the modern sort of counselling wasn't really working. The modern sort of sit down, have a chat with someone who you've never met, and they'll ask you how you feel, and how did that make you feel, and how did that make you feel. And anyone that's been through it will be like, that was just ridiculous. I don't feel any better. And so I was working out of this is going back a while. In about 2000, I was working at Riverwood Community Centre, which is this tiny, I don't know if you know Riverwood at all. It's like, It had a bad rep. And we were in there and I was part of a team of counsellors. And I'd go on the basketball courts and just shoot hoops with them. For the record, I can't play basketball to save my life, but I'd be out there talking to them while I'd be shooting, and getting my butt kicked by 12-year-olds. And, they kind of started to talk to me more. And eventually one of them, started saying, okay, can we go have a chat somewhere? And that would be how we do it. And I found that just activities, getting them moving was far more effective than sitting them down on a couch or sitting them in a chair and saying, this is how it's done. And fast forward to about 2007, and I'm working out as a heavyweight with a bunch of big boys getting bashed nicely, realizing that I'm not meant to be a heavyweight for the record. There was a kid watching us train, and he had a couple of busted up face, and I went, hey man, you want to come learn something? And so I just gave him my gloves and showed him how to hit a bag, and it just kind of, he kept coming back. I kept saying, I'll be here Friday, come out, and I'd meet him early and I'd teach him some basic moves. And I was a karate kid back then. I was a GKR instructor of all things. And so I'd just teach him basics. And then I said to the instructor out there, look, hey, I'll cop his fees. Just sign them to me. And he went, no, I won't have that. And, then the running joke, you should be in every city, And so I just literally, I started a Facebook page, and I started talking to everyone that I'd befriended over the years, everyone that I kept in contact with. And I said, hey guys, let's do something. Let's actually get some help going. And everyone was on board, and the response was overwhelming. It went from like 10 people to 1,000 in 2 or 3 weeks. And everyone was saying the same things. We need help, we need legal change, we need this, we need that. And so I literally Googled how to make a charity. Word for word, how do I make a charity? And I started to do that, and then I started getting calls from JERT team, people that I used to work with. Hey, I heard you doing this, can you help this kid out? And I'm like, yep, go see Fari at KMA, or go see Rick at Wing Chun, go see, Damien on the Gold Coast. He's at Southern Cross, check him out, and tell them Adam sent you, and they'll know what to do. And that was literally how it happened. And it was all very organic. And before I knew it, we were sitting there, and I was in the state parliament, sitting before a committee, nervous as shadowboxing in the halls of state parliament and scaring security guards. And my poor partner's running around going, no, this is what he does. It's okay. He's not actually going to attack you. And they were okay, you're up next. So they walked me in, and I had to speak before state parliament. And I don't know if you've ever been there. It's like this big speaker, and you're standing there going, wow, there's a lot of you. And they're all in suits, and they're all looking bored. And so I just started talking, and by the end of it, I'd started a raucous debate about public register for child abusers, and they were going off at each other, and I'm sitting back going, what have I done? Have I broken a rule? And that's literally how organic it is. And literally everything that we've done because someone has come to us and said, hey, this needs to happen. Or, hey, my kid's being bullied in school. Can you do something? Can you run an anti-bullying program? Okay, cool. So I just went down to our local police station and said, can I speak to the youth worker? And I was like, okay, yeah, let's do this. That sounds great. You know, you want to teach martial arts? We'll give a talk on bullying and we'll combine our forces and we'll get you in there.